Okay, so remember that they're changing my voice. I'm out here on 8 Mile and Faust. Reminds me of Eminem, right? It's a movie or something. The road is very noisy. I'm on the mic. Hopefully it works out. There's none of that background noise nonsense. So you got the one headlight bandits out here in Detroit, just like back there in California. They probably don't appreciate me recording them, but you know, it's for a good cause. Tell the truth, what have you. So you get these kind of signs over here to these insurance guys, right? It says get respect. Yeah, I want some respect, you know. I don't think people will help me out that much. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. So as we look at this, is kind of what this looks like out here. Okay, it's a little cold. My hands, you know, I don't have my gloves on. So I'm gonna try to make this quick here. So Proverbs 2 talks about wisdom, right? Searching for wisdom with all your heart, crying out for it, setting your heart on understanding, wisdom, and insight. And Proverbs 1 talks about not pursuing ill-gotten gains, right? That's how you go to hell. It takes away the life of all who get it. And people who ambush people for that, you know, they're basically ambushing themselves where it matters most. So it's important that people try to be wise, right? They try to be insightful. They try to understand the difference between right and wrong and all the nuances, what have you. How you doing? And so they really scramble to do what's right. They scramble to have heart. They scramble to love God with all their heart. To love God with all their heart, right? That goes back to wisdom, right? The greatest commandment. What is wise? Well, what are the most important things we have to prioritize? People should be doing God's work. They should be loving each other. They should be looking at the situation and saying, how sound is my economic plan? If you have an idea, you know, feel welcome to weigh in. I kind of got my mask over my mouth a little bit here, so it's kind of hard to talk and it's cold, so I'm going to wrap this up here. I'm kind of exploring Detroit a little bit more. Okay, I live in the Detroit area, but I don't live in the city of Detroit. It's interesting how things are broken down here, right? 8 miles, 7 miles, 6 miles. And there's a lot of real dangerous gang neighborhoods, right? In the 7 Mile area, for example. What have you? Certainly somewhere out here on 8 Mile as well. So I'm not that familiar with this area. In fact, I left without a map, and you know, we'll see if I can make my way back here. You know, a little something complicated the way here, and we'll see how it turns out. Now my hands are getting frozen as hell, so I'm gonna have to head back in. Probably kick my phone's ass too. Yeah. So I really wanted to talk about that wisdom. I wanted to talk about my war on poverty plan, how they give inmates 3 hots in a cot, how it's best for the mental health of society, how it's best for the homeless, how you save money on camp cleanups and hotels, how it's best for the organization of society and the accompanying mental effects when you have an organized society. And there's a lot of other reasons too, right? Rich people avoided paying taxes. They didn't do a good job of making it clear to the homeless what their services are, what have you. And I'm going off the top of the head right now. And when rich people didn't pay taxes, okay, they owe the poor interest on the taxes they didn't pay when you think about it. And there's some things that they cannot ever make up to people, right? Like the 800,000 preventable deaths every year, or the $800 billion that substance abuse adds to the healthcare system. It's avoidable. The healthcare costs would go down, premiums, you know, insurance premiums. There's a lot of things. Now, I'm not doing a good job of making my case here and explaining things, and I don't know how well this video is going to come out, so I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up, and hopefully, you know, I make it back okay. All right.